Let's see what you got for us this time, CJ.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for another installment of
Inspector
Serial
Cooch.
Killer. And today we dive into the case of the most notorious
Make sure
serial
y'all
killer
can hear
in anime history. And that is none other than Kira, aka Light Yagami. And my God, with all the evidence and the amount of victims this man racked up, this case is gonna be a beefy one. So let's stop wasting time.
Death Note a banger though.
It's time to dive in to the Kira case.
The Kira case. Let's get it.
Light Yagami, one of the most diabolical niggas to ever exist. A man with a kill count that ranges in the 6 figures and had a whole cult praising this.
He killed that many people?
He's the Messiah.
I need somebody to help me glorify God.
Yo.
Stretch out your arms. Open up your
Not the black church sound effect, bro.
But you have to wonder how the actual did this generic ass background character looking toothpick built ass
Oh, whoa, why are we roasting him that hard though?
notorious mass murderers in fiction? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is why we are here. So first off, we need to know what the hell the weapon was to commit all these homicides.
The
And that,
Death
of course,
Note.
is the Death Note. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows how this thing works, but if you forgot, here's a quick refresher. The human whose name is written in this note shall die. The note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind when writing his or her name.
Oh, I
Therefore,
forgot about
people
that
sharing
part.
The same name will not be affected.
Oh, that
If
makes
the
sense
cause of
though.
death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen.
Hey, can y'all hear it good,
Finally,
chat? Let me know if y'all
after
can hear it
writing the
good.
cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, with all of that explained, we can now move into the first major incident, and that is, of course, the first confirmed 52
Local
victims.
crackhead.
Now, when Light first found the death note, when it conveniently dropped right in front of him, he thought to himself, man, this is some bullshit. What is this, a sick joke? Who the hell would believe this? But Light, being a
Type
little
shit.
curious George, decided to take the book. So later on, when Light got home, bro was a little bored. So he ended up thinking in his head, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out, right? So Light's
Type
intrusive
shit.
thoughts took over. So he ended up turning on the news and hearing, breaking news! A local crackhead is holding 8 children hostage at a daycare.
That's
so Light
crazy.
said, "F it, let's write this guy's name down. I mean, he's a criminal after all." So 40 seconds later, the news comes back on and says, breaking news!
Breaking
Children have been set
news.
free and the assailant just
Ain't no way.
over and died.
Yo.
Well, this man Light was shook. He was like, no. It was just coincidence, right? No fucking way, right? But it was no coincidence. This local crackhead was the first victim of Light. But
Wow.
Light needed more proof because he thought it just had to be a random coincidence that bro had a heart attack when he wrote his name down. So later on,
I
that
just
same
realized the scene he had for the heart attack was a scene from Breaking Bad. If you know, you know.
night, while Light is walking back from cram school, he ends up seeing this lady walking, and these bikers come up and start to harass him. So ugly biker bastard right here ends up
Ugly
saying, "Hey,
biker
pretty lady,
bastard is wild."
I bet you gon' fuck with a real nigga and come in.
Whoa, wait, can he say nigga? Can he say that? Can he say that?
Start to harass her. So ugly biker bastard right here ends up saying, "Hey there, pretty lady. How about you come fuck with a real nigga and come in?
That is
Spit on that thing for me."
Hop to
So
her.
these freaky ass niggas
Oh.
tried to redo a Hiller shorty in
No.
the parking lot. But Light was in the convenience store watching the whole thing like, not on my watch, you 69 gods. So he wrote bro's name down and made the cause
Yo.
be an accidental death, and the rest was history.
Wait, how did he get the biker's name though? I don't remember how he got his name.
He ends up getting moved to another world.
Oh shit. How did he get the biker's
Just
name?
like that, Light caught another body, and this man was stunned. He was like, no fucking way. I just summoned Truck-kun. I must be a fucking god.
Person I just
And at
summoned
this
Truck-kun.
point, Light's god complex
Nah.
was born. This man went back to the crib, locked the door looking like he about to beat that thing.
Yo, he said it's time for business. It's time for business.
Said, I'm about to cleanse this world of its garbage. So this man looked up a list of criminals and just started getting active. This nigga started writing so fast, it
Damn.
looked like he had an essay due the next day.
I remember
He just
this.
started racking up bodies. Body. going crazy thinking in his head, yeah, that ugly bastard that was talking to that little girl the other day, enjoy being unemployed with Dr. Disrespect.
You see, my problem with Light killing the criminals, I don't remember specifically which ones he was killing. If I do remember correctly, he was killing a lot of the criminals that did super bad crimes. But to an extent, I feel like there is some people in prison who do like bad things, and then while they're in prison, they actually do change, and they become good people, and they repent, and you know what I'm saying, they change. So it's like he could be killing some people that could have changed, type shit, depending on how horrendous the crimes were. I don't know how bad I forgot how bad they were. Like what TJ just said about the children thing. Yeah, that's you might have to go for that. But yeah, that's facts for sure.
Whole night just writing down names until 2 whole pages were full. And look at this man breathing hard as hell. Look at how he just ran.
Hey, that nigga tired.
Just off of that one night, this man killed 52 criminals. Now here's the wild part. That was just criminals that died of heart attacks. Because when Interpol got this information, they was like, there could be some people that were unaccounted for. So that death toll could have easily been over 100.
Wow.
So after Light racked up all of his first victims, the name Kira started spreading like wildfire.
Doesn't Kira just mean killer?
Light was constantly dropping off niggas. Every single day he was killing multiple criminals.
Damn.
And people all around the world was supporting this man. They had Reddit threads and Discord servers just glazing this nigga. And this just amped up his god complex even more. Bro, just
I have never seen that clip of KSI before.
Right. Glaze me, nigga. Polish this Willie. And of course now he got this
What?
A1 instigating Shinigami attached to his
Nah, Ryuk was funny.
Now. But even though Light was killing only criminals, at the end of the day, it was still murder. And this is when this man fell for the trap. Now, this is the moment where you just think to yourself, what if Light never made this crucial mistake? And that mistake was killing Linda L. Taylor on live TV. So a worldwide public service announcement comes on TV.
He got called up.
This man announces himself as L, but obviously this ain't L. But Light didn't know. So Linda L. Taylor starts speaking and saying,
"Good afternoon, world. My name is Linda L. Taylor. Kira, if you're watching this, we have a message for you.
That's your number one favorite anime. That's what's up.
Serial killer, and I'm gonna bring your punk ass to justice."
So while Light is watching this, here come this instigating ass nigga. Ooh, Light, I'm not gonna lie, that nigga pressing your shit right now. So what the fuck you gonna do about it, huh? So here come this man Light. His ego is challenged. You think I'm fucking evil? Quit all that fucking yapping, nigga. I am God.
Oh,
and you can stop my divine dick 6 feet under. So Light got to work quick. He wrote Bro's name down in a heartbeat, and after he finished,
they gave that nigga a page.
That's right. I'll show the world what happens if you defy
me. He
me.
gave Linda L. Taylor a whole page.
And Linda L. Taylor has a heart attack, croaks over, and dies. And here go Light thinking he got it in the bag. What's wrong?
What was that laugh?
Get the fuck up, huh? Pussy, you was talking to that shit.
What's good, false nigga?
Huh?
Not the Discord sound effect.
You was one dumbass nigga. You really think I'd get my introverted ass on TV and press you like this? You one stupid ass nigga. And now I know all your shit. The dude you just killed? Yeah, he was due for execution today anyway, so he could go off. Also, this is not a worldwide broadcast. We only broadcasting this in the Kanto region of Japan. So
wow.
I know exactly where you at.
Wow.
Go on ahead and try to kill me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, L did catch this nigga. Like, he was on to him immediately. L was smart as hell.
Oh, I'm waiting for you right here. Don't be a pussy bitch. Show me you got some balls on you. Or is it that you need a name and a face?
Fuck.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. L was on that ass immediately. Damn, I don't know what it is. I cannot speak to that.
He got
immediately.
Kira, know this. On my mama, I'm coming for your bitch ass, and I'm gonna put your nigga ass in a slammer.
So after this man L played Light like a fool and pressed the living hell out of him, the investigation on Kara went into full effect. So this is where we move on to our next set of evidence and next set of victims. And our first key victim is Ray Pinber. Now, Ray Pinber was a FBI agent.
I don't even remember,
case
bro.
got so big that this man L ended up getting help from the FBI to come solve this case. Because that's how horrendous this shit got. Because Light was murdering like 23 niggas a day at this point. He was
Wow,
dropping
catching
at least
20 bodies a day? 20 bodies a day, bro? Yikes, man. Yikes, man.
body an hour and just toying with L the whole time. So L suspected that whoever Kira was had to have ties to the police, because how the hell would this person be getting all this information on these criminals? And what do you know? Light's dad is the police chief. So L basically made every single person
On
that had
that
ties to
ass.
the police be kept under surveillance by the FBI. And Ray Kimber's job was to survey Light. And obviously Light didn't need this type of heat. So Light decided, I'm gonna have to put this man in a coffin. So Light came up with this devious ass plan, and that was the bus jacking incident. So for this, Light needed a guinea pig.
Hey,
So he found
yo.
another local crackhead on the most wanted list, Kichiro Otsuruda. I'm not gonna lie, I just butchered that man's name. So the second part of his plan, he needed a shorty. So this man dialed up one of his shorties on his roster and called her and said, hello?
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now.
What? Hey, what the fuck? What did he say to her? What did Light say to her?
Hello?
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like, for real.
I'm a freak, man, for real. Yo, chat, don't ever call no girl saying no shit like that, chat. Don't you ever do it. Yo, Light did have the bitches though. Hey, yo, what the?
You some freaky ass nigga.
So the next day, Light ends up meeting the girl to go on their date.
Dang,
to
he did
Disney.
have hoes. I don't
And
even
of
remember him
course,
having
Ray
hoes,
Kimber
bro. It's
is
been too
right
long
behind
since
the
I watched
following
this.
them, all according to Light's plan. So they end up getting on the bus, and Ray Pimber sits right behind them. So about a good 15 minutes later, they stop at the next bus stop, and the local crackhead gets on the bus. And this man wasted no time. He cocked back the gun and said, "Hey, everybody, sit the fuck down and do your best Rosa Parks impersonation, or I'm gonna blow this nigga brains out."
And do your best what impersonation? Yo, CJ be wildin'. CJ be wildin'.
But sir, please, I ain't playing with you, nigga. So this man called up Disneyland and said, bring out all the cash you made today, and make sure the nigga that's bringing out got on a Minnie Mouse costume.
Sir, we're able to comply with your demands, but why the Minnie Mouse costume?
So I can get my nut off, nigga. The fuck else you expect?
What? Yo, CJ, what are we talking about? This is not what happened. This is not what happened.
So while this lunatic is high out of his mind and going wild, this man Ray Pimber leans over and says, all right, y'all, like he said, stay calm and do your best Rosa Parks impersonation. My name is Ray Pimber.
He said that
FBI."
twice. He doubled
when
down
this
on
man
that line.
looked at this man's ID, bro just smirked and thought in his head, stupid ass nigga.
Oh, he got his name.
So Light digs in his pocket and drops a piece of paper on the floor. So the crackhead's like, the fuck you moving for, you little shit? You want me to blow your brains out, nigga? But Light meant to drop that paper because that was a piece of the death note. So old boy turns around and starts tweaking because he ends up seeing Ryuk behind him. So bro just starts emptying the mag, trying to shoot this man Ryuk, but obviously it ain't working. So
Bro emptied the whole clip.
Oh Lord, get me off this bus! So the bus driver stops. Bro runs out into the street, and Cartoon comes flying down the street and splatters this nigga's guts like
Yikes.
the Nickelodeon logo. And of course, Light is sitting on this bus with no emotion, looks at his watch, and said, 11:45 on the dot, right on schedule. Light staged this entire bus jacking, because using the death note, he made this man board the bus, attempt to hijack it, then jump out and get hit by a car due to accidental death.
Why,
and
though?
Then at the end of this, Ray Pember thinks nothing suspicious of this man, because he thought, I mean, it couldn't be Kira, because he would have just offed him when he got on the bus. So now this man does not suspect Light, and Light has his name. So after Light boomed the second local crackhead, it was time to move into phase 3 of his plan. So about a week later, at a subway station, he ends up seeing Ray Pember walking. So Light puts on his hood looking like he about to hit a lick. So he gets behind him and says, Ray Pember, don't move a fucking muscle.
Ray Pember.
Or I'll drop your ass right here. So Light tells this man that he's Kira. And to prove it, he said, look over there. You see that nigga with them glasses on? I'ma drop that nigga right now. And bro right here starts.
Why did he kill him?
And dies.
So was he killing innocent
Straight
people?
off this man in the public eye. And then Light told him, don't worry, you shouldn't feel bad for him. He was a registered sex offender and a PDF file.
Oh,
Caught
well.
him talking to 3 little boys the other day. So
Damn.
Light gives him an earpiece and tells him to board a train. So later on when he boards the train, Light tells him to open the envelope. And he sees all these papers. So Light says in his ear, I want you to write your boss's name in every single FBI agent that came here in Japan. Do what? I'ma drop your ass and your bitch right the fuck now.
I'ma drop you and yo bitch.
So Ray Pember writes down all the names. So after this, Light told him wait 30 minutes and then get off the train. So 30 minutes pass. Ray Pember gets off the train and it happens.
Killed.
And right before the lights went out,
Killed
this
another
man
innocent
looked
man.
up and saw who Kira was the whole time and thought before he died, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Got your dumb ass.
So after the lights went out for Ray Pember, so did the rest of the FBI's. Cause the sheet that Ray Pember wrote those names on were Death Note sheets. So the other 11 agents that were in Japan.
Dang, he had him kill him.
Died right after Ray. And just like that, Light Yagami did the unthinkable. This man bitched the FBI. Because the director of the FBI calls L and tells him,
Mr. L, I'm sorry, but
America's gonna have to pull out of this one. This shit's getting out of hand.
Yo, making the country back out of your case is crazy.
Now it seems that Light is ready to make his victory lap, but there was one problem. There was a loose end, and that loose end was Ray Pember's fiance, a former FBI agent.
Oh,
so
no.
she did some snooping around and quickly figured out whoever Kira was had to be on that bus. Also, she ended up figuring out that he can kill in other ways besides a heart attack. So a couple days later, she goes to the police station because she's basically figured out this entire thing. All she needs to know was who was on the bus. So when she goes to the police station and asks to speak to Light's dad, who is over the case, just by coincidence, Light walks in and overhears her talking about it.
Oh,
so
no.
Light was like, who the hell is this bitch? So he walks up to her and tells her, hi, excuse me, ma'am. My name's Light. Pleasure to meet you. You see, my dad is the chief of the police force, so I can help you out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So they end up walking outside and they start chatting it up. So the first thing Light asks is, Miss Beautiful Miss, can I have your name?
Miss Beautiful
so she
Miss
says,
is crazy.
My name's Shoko Maki. So Light already has the name. So now his plan was to just talk her up, figure out what she knows, and if she knew too much, he was gonna offer. So they kept on talking, and she just kept on yapping. But everything she said was right in the...
The Animal Crossing sound effect.
Real stinger was, she said that, so my fiance said that he showed somebody his ID and he wasn't supposed to. So whoever he showed his ID to, that's most definitely Kira. So Light was like, shit, she knows way too much.
Yep, she's gotta go.
They pull up them bus cameras, Light's cooked. So here go this sinister ass nigga. So bro starts asking her questions, but in reality, he's writing down her name. So Light thinks he's got her, but a couple of more seconds pass, and she's still alive.
Nani?
So Light ends up figuring out because Ryuk's ass was laughing at him the whole time that she
Yo, Ryuk was toxic.
used the alias. So that was not her real name. So Light is starting to panic. It is do or die right now. Cause if she gets back to the police station, he's done. So he pulled this last trick out of his ass and told her, well, you see, ma'am, it's gonna be actually impossible for you to go back to the police station because they're very busy right now. But it's okay though, because I'm on the Kira task force. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, I have connections to L too. So this Pinocchio long-nosed lion ass
Bro L started lying to get to her.
And told her, you know what, man, you are really smart. You should join the task force with us. All you gotta do is show me your ID so I can check your credentials. So obviously, she jumped at the idea.
No.
She wants to bring her fiance's killer to justice.
No.
So she whips out her ID
She
and
was
instead of
cooking.
lights
She was
off her
cooking.
real name, wrote it down, and made the Cosby of unaliving herself. So right before tragedy was about to strike, she asked this man, why do you keep on looking at your watch? Oh, because I'm Kira. Duh, stupid bitch.
He does,
It was
stupid
over. She ended up
bitch.
walking away,
You
and
stupid
she's
whore.
going to unalive herself in GTA. And while
Wow.
she's walking away, this sick nigga is just talking and saying, oh, ma'am, what's wrong? You still need to use my phone, right? I thought we were going to catch Kira. And what makes this even more
Oh, my
tragic, they
goodness.
never found her body. We don't know what the hell happened to her.
Oh,
All we
my
know
goodness.
is that she unalived herself. And with that, the
Yeah,
busted
Light was
incident
evil.
comes
Yeah,
to
Light
an
was
end.
evil confirmed. Insane fumble.
All right,
Yeah.
Chop, chop,
That's
moving on.
tough.
We got more people dying. Flip the board for our next set of evidence. Now, obviously, we know Light's biggest opposition is L, one of the smartest characters in fiction. This nigga's anime Sherlock Holmes. And this man was on Light's ass 24/7. Because he always had a hunch that Light was Kira. I mean, he literally walked up to bro and said, hey, man, my name's L, and I think there's a 5% chance that you're Kira.
What?
Oh,
I'm not sure all the
why?
way, but there's like a 5% chance, bruh. He had this man join the Kira task force to keep an eye on him more. He even had cameras set up in his room, watching him 24/7. So you know damn well that he was watching him yanking his shit.
Bro, I don't think Light was
He
doing
acting
that.
like I'm reaching. You think Light was cracking Misa? Fuck no, he hated this bitch. Speaking of that, let me go ahead and introduce the accomplice. The second Kira, Misa. Absolute brain dead. This girl suffers from brain rot.
Bro said absolute
And
brain
the
dead.
reason why is because her parents were murdered.
She definitely was a TikTok shorty though. Keep it a buck. Misa could definitely be like a TikTok e-girl,
And
bro.
lo and behold, guess who brought justice to the murderer? Yeah, Kira off that nigga. And how she got a death note is even crazier. One night she was walking home and she got approached by some crazy ass stalker nigga, and he was ready to kill her. So a Shinigami named Jealous, that was weirdly in love with her, decided to save her life and kill the stalker at the cost of his life. So Rim decided,
What?
I might as well give
That
her
was
the
so
death note.
random.
He would have wanted it this way. And tada, Miss Brain Rot became the second Kira. So Light decided to use her because she had the Shinigami eyes and she could see any person's name just by looking at them. But at the cost of halving your lifespan though. But
Yikes.
Light knew he needed her to dep in his bag so he could kill people 10 times easier. So he made her pose as his girlfriend. So time passes, and one day, Elle ends up capturing Misa, suspecting her of being the second Kira, because they raided her
Wow.
apartment and just found a bunch of shit. So she got put
Wow.
in confinement. So like,
Damn.
it's time to activate my master plan. So to make sure Misa did not confess, he had Rim make her relinquish ownership of the Death Note, so it would wipe all of her memories of it. Then had Rim and Ryuk swap notebooks. And in the notebook, he wrote down 2 BS rules that basically said, if the person that is using the notebook hasn't wrote down a name in 13 days, they die. And if you destroy the notebook, all the
If the person using the death note fails to write down names within 13 days, they die? What?
humans that have used it will die. So he told Rick,
Wow.
go give this notebook to a greedy, power-hungry bastard and let them become Kira, while I give myself up to L, relinquish ownership of the Death Note, and go into solitary confinement for a total of 50 days. And that's what Light did. Because
He
on
did
day
50
7 of
days?
his confinement, Light gave up his ownership of the Death Note and lost all of his memories of it to take
Light did 50 days in jail? Damn.
suspicion off of him. And on day 15, the murders started back up again. And the person murdering these people was Mr. Kiyosuke Higuchi of the Yotsuba group.
Higuchi.
So him and this group decided to kill other businessmen to further the growth of their company. These niggas was Disney just building a bigger monopoly. But their downfall was they had some rats. And that
Oh,
was
no.
these two right here. Because they basically sold out and was talking to L the whole time.
Not the
over
rats.
time after Light and Misa was released from confinement and Ellen and Light, the two smartest niggas on the earth working on the case simultaneously, ended up figuring out that it was Higuchi. So one night they end up baiting him out with a fake broadcast saying that they're about to reveal who Kira is. So later on, while this man is speeding down the road, he ends up getting stopped by a cop. So the cop do his thing. He like, license and registration, please. So Higuchi's like, all right. But this man was not reaching for the license. He was reaching for the death note. And he made the Shinigami ideal so he could see the officer's name. So he wrote Ro's name down, then just hit the gas and took off. So this man starts a whole high-speed chase.
What was the point of this?
And about 5 seconds later, the cop ends up having a heart attack and crashes into the back of a truck. Another victim by truck coon. Damn, this nigga's on a tear. So that man L said, all units arrest this nigga. And I kid you not, this shit went from Death Note to Tokyo Drift. So this man had the whole task force chasing him, L Light and Watery in the chopper, and they was not playing games. They said this shit ends tonight.
Bro,
so
he should have just gave him his license, bro.
Road, this man runs into a police blockade.
He literally killed that police officer for no damn reason.
Getting cornered and he is trapped. So he tries to drive the other way, but FaZe Watery is up here on the helicopter and says, not on my watch, fuck boy. And shoots his tire out, makes him spin out, and he crashes into the wall. And it was over for Higuchi. They surrounded that man. So they cuff him, pin him down, and they start interrogating him. Now here is where this master manipulator plan comes full circle. So while they're interrogating him, Higuchi tells him that there is a notebook that allows him to do all of his killings. So Light Dad goes in and
he
searches
gave it
the
all
car,
up.
and he finds the death note. So when he touches it and starts looking through it,
He sees Ryuk.
and freaks the
Not Ryuk,
so
Rim.
the other detective comes over and he
What's
says,
up?
"Chief,
Can't
you
stay because I'm at a
are
Legoland. Bye. Much love. Thank you, Jonathan, for
So
popping
that
in and
man
saying
L
hey.
says, bring the notebook over to the helicopter. So L gets the notebook and just starts staring into nothingness, just going into a deep thought. But he ended up realizing there has to be more than one notebook because there were two Kiras. And while that was happening, Light was like, let me see it. And Light grabbed the notebook and started tweaking. Bro, like he entered the avatar state. Every single memory
All the
came
memories.
back into this man's head. So L was like, bro, are you good? And Light was like, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It swaps over to his face and it's over. This nigga just thinking, yes, I've won.
I'm his demon time.
To play it. So this man pulls out a piece of paper that he had in his watch, plucks himself and makes him bleed, and writes down Higuchi's name with his blood. And 40 seconds later, while they're taking him back to the car to arrest him, Higuchi has a heart attack, falls to his knees, and dies. And look at this man's face, bro. It is all over. It was just about to get worse from here. So they get back to headquarters and they start looking over the death note and they find those fake bogus rules that Light made. And that fake 13 days rule basically cleared him and Misa's name. So they were off the hook. So this is when Light's mass manipulation went overboard. He made Misa go find the other death note, gain all of her memories back.
Oh, that's why. That makes sense. I was wondering what the fake rules was for. But since he put those rules in play, it made it look like since Misa was in confinement that she couldn't be Kira because it had been more than 13 days. Wow.
Then left a note saying, yeah, you remember that guy L?
I forgot the mind games that was in this show.
She makes the Shinigami ideal again, cutting her lifespan in half again.
Damn.
And he makes her start killing people again. And this is where Rim ended up realizing what Light's full plan was. And that was to get suspicion back on Misa so that Rim would have to intervene and kill L to protect Misa because Rim deeply cared about Misa. So it was pretty much wraps from here. The power goes out and she done already killed Watery. This old man fighting for his life. So he ends up deleting all the data and then a few seconds later, it happens. L has a heart attack, falls over, and before he dies, the last thing that he sees is this evil, dick-headed ass smirk just to rub it in at the last second, and the lights went out.
Yeah, Light was diabolical.
Now here comes the attitude swap up. Look at this fucker. He's like, oh, no, it was the Shinigami, guys.
Wouldn't Misa just live to 25 or so? I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I really do hate this nigga. But I have to admit, game is game. This man is the best mass manipulator right beside this bastard. So then later he ends up finding Rim's pile of ashes because she died because she was saving Misa, and Light just casually takes his death note back. So after this, Light was about to go on another mass murder requiem. This man stands at the top of the building, pulls out his pick.
Yeah, he a true villain.
These two people that were on the task force, that were basically convicts, yeah, it was raps for them. Bootleg Nina Williams. She's out here riding her motorcycle. She has a heart attack, crashes the motorcycle, and dies. And this next one was tragic. This dude right here, Iber, his wife and kid walks in the room, and the kid's like, "Daddy!" just to see his dad's corpse fall on the ground.
Yeah, Light was OD. Light was OD with it.
Scot-free. Renji gets up and tells Suguru that we did it, man. This is a new start for Yotsuba. Yeah, man, our stock is about to roar. Just for this man to fall over, cough up blood, and oh boy, right here, was cooked. He has a heart attack, and every single member of the Yotsuba group died.
Damn.
It didn't stop there. Now, I have a theory, because they didn't confirm this, but I honest to God think that this is true. While he's on this killing montage, it shows all the past news reporters that have reported on this man. Now, you see this woman right here. Peep this. On this board where it shows a bunch of criminals being wiped out, she is on the bottom right, and her picture goes out. So that tells me this nigga killed all of the news reporters that said some shit about him. I'm sick. I'm actually fucking sick.
And all y'all that was talking shit.
Y'all can suck my dick, TMZ. And after this, it just got worse. Over the next 5 years, Light's killings increased tenfold because there was nobody that could stop him. So this is a time where this man had to have dropped off at least 100,000 plus. Nigga, America claimed him as law, judge, jury, and executioner because they couldn't do nothing. Look at George Bush old ass. You know he ain't do shit. But I can't blame the old nigga because Light's reign of terror just got worse.
5 years is wild.
And worse. And worse. I mean, the nigga
Light is goated, one of the highest IQ anime characters for sure.
This man ever did was go to L's grave and just start derangingly laughing his ass off. Look at this nigga. He has his ass up. He's twerking at his grave and spitting on his shit. I mean, look at that thing. That shit is moving.
Yo.
This nigga Light said, "Eat my testicles, nigga." And with Light's
going to the grave site is
easy.
That shit is too much, bro.
At this point in time, Light has taken the mantle of L. Yes, Light just didn't kill L. He took his whole flow, his whole name. And L's successors, Nier and Mello, are now on his ass.
Shout out to Nier.
Mello and the Mafia decided to kidnap the director of the MPA so they could trade him for the Death Note. So guess what Light did? Ding, 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 you probably guessed it. Light kills the director of the MPA, so the Mafia will lose their leverage. But guess what? That's just the start of this last little list that I have. So you want to hear some more terrible shit? I got you. So since Light killed the director of the MPA, Mello and the Mafia decided, let's kidnap this man's sister so they could get more leverage. So after this whole trade went down and they got back his sister, she was so traumatized by this experience, her mind was broken. She was so fucked up she couldn't even talk. Had her in a wheelchair.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Asylum. And his sister was sadly a victim of his actions. But guess who also was a victim of his actions? His daddy. Yeah.
Soichiro.
His dad as a pawn. So to get back that Death Note, Light decided to relinquish his. It made Misa send a message that said Kira will be relinquishing his Death Note to somebody in the task force. And guess who took ownership of that Death Note and made the Shinigami ideal? His daddy. So later on, they end up raiding Mello's hideout. And at the end of the raid, Light tells his dad to confront Mello. So while Light's dad is confronting Mello, Light's dad was hesitant about writing his name down and killing him. So one of the dudes that was left alive shoots his dad in the back. And Mello blows up his hideout.
Oh my goodness.
So after this, they are in the hospital and Light's dad is about to die. So you know what this sick, pathetic bastard does? He says, "Dad, please, before you go, you've got to write his name down."
Is this nigga serious?
Come on, old motherfucker, help me out here, damn it. Do something useful for your son
Yo.
before you die.
Oh my God. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the, please. Black, get him the fuck out of here.
Like, I can't begin to tell you how pathetic this shit was.
Yeah, that's
Your
fucked up.
dad is about to die. Because of your actions, by the way, and you begging this nigga to get somebody's name for your personal gain. Sick bastard. And this wasn't even the worst part. Since his dad had the Shinigami eyes, he looked at Light and said, "Oh, sonny boy, I'm glad to see that you not Kira, because I could see your lifespan. I could die at peace." This man's dad died not knowing that his son was Kira because he relinquished that
is
death note. Because the
unfortunate.
thing was that if you were a user of the death note, a person with Shinigami eyes could not see your lifespan. So his dad died living a lie. Sickening shit. And his blood is on Light's hands. So this man joins Doflamingo in the Patricide Club. Now we have come down to our last major victim.
Here we
And
go.
This one was just peak manipulation. So while Kira's influence was growing stronger in the world and Light was out here inciting riots to stop Nier, he needed the right people to spread his message.
Shout out to Nier, though.
the
Nier was him.
ex-Kira, Teru Mikami, who was basically Light's right-hand man that he personally chose after making Misa relinquish her death note again and losing all of her memories, decided we need a change of management.
I
So
feel
this
bad for
fat
Misa, no
nigga,
kidding.
Demigawa, who is the leader of Kira's kingdom, and is
I
the
also love
spokesperson
Dofi.
for
My
this
taste in
cult,
anime
decided
characters
to
might be
stream
toxic.
their
Might be,
service
might be.
on TV.
Tell me how you feel now. Yes, Lord.
So Mikami said, "Fuck these niggas." So he deleted every single one of these lunatics on live TV.
Wow.
Then he saved Demigawa's fat ass for last. He said, "The doors of the church are open, but not for you." So after Mikami,
How many
disbanded
people-
the
I
Church
wonder
of
at the end of
Kira,
this,
he
how
chose
many
a
people like
loyal
Yagami
supporter of
was
Kira
responsible
to be
for
the
killing?
next spokesperson, and that was Kiyomi Takeda, Light's ex-girlfriend back in college. So you see where this is probably gonna go, right? So Light convinced the task force that we should use Shorty to get some more leverage on Kira and find out who that is. But obviously, Light had ulterior motives.
This man
with
be
it. So one
using
night,
women
he
like
meets
it's
up with
nothing.
it. So here go this manipulation Riz. How you doing, Shorty? You looking as fine as ever.
What was that sound?
He just had her in the palm of his hand. So he basically told her, "Look, Shorty, I'm Kira, and I see that my dog has chosen you as my spokesperson, so I'ma make you the goddess of the new world." And she was so ecstatic. She was entrenched in this nigga.
She liked
And
that
yeah,
toxic
y'all can
shit, bro.
probably guess what happened after this. Now, they don't show it, but let's be real. Light laid the pipe on her ass.
How good is that shit?
Who was that supposed to be walking away from the room?
How good is that shit?
CJ gotta
After Light got
chill.
done getting his freak
CJ
on,
gotta
and Takeda to work with him, he
chill.
had Shorty basically being another Kira. So he made Mikami make a fake notebook and sent the actual names to Takeda, bringing her in and making her do some damn killing. And she was just dignitized. She had that Jeffrey Dahmer syndrome when Shorty's was just fiending over that nigga for some odd reason. But time for shit to get crazy. So one day, Takeda ends up getting ran up on and kidnapped by Mello. So a couple hours passed.
Mello
started
lived?
trying to interrogate her. Bro pulled out the gun and said, "All right, chop chop. Take off them clothes and start shaking them booty cheeks. I'ma blow your fucking brains out, bitch." So while she starts
Yikes.
stripping, she ends up taking a piece of the death note out that she had in her bra. So while Mello's transporting her in the back of this truck, she ends up calling Light, and she on the phone saying,
Oh my God, baby, please help me. This weird nigga came, put me in the back of my truck, and told me to shake my booty cheeks.
so Light said,
No.
"Baby, calm down. Now, did you do what I told you to do if you ever got in a
Not the
situation
booty
like
cheeks.
this?" And that is what she did, because she wrote Mello's name down and killed that nigga. But Light, being a sick and twisted bastard, decided, nah, I'ma get as much out of you as I can until your gas tank is empty, bitch. So Light told her on the phone,
The time has come.
Is he gonna kill her?
Execute Order 66.
So he made her call up Mikami and made her tell him, send me as many criminals as you can so I can go on a killing spree. So while she was doing that, Light was just sitting in the car on the way to go pick her up. And in his head, he just said, man, you know what? You should have never went to that frat party without me, bitch.
And killed her too.
For Shorty. Light made her unalive herself by burning herself alive
in
and
the
setting
church?
everything on fire to get rid of every single piece of evidence. And just like that,
Absolutely
YAGAMI's
insane.
next day on January
He's killing
20th,
everybody around
this
him.
nigga got yeah, I'm not gonna lie, with the final confrontation with Nier, Light got cooked. This nigga went out so sad, bro. Nier read this motherfucker like a book. It was actually fucking hilarious seeing this nigga lose his mind. Because Mikami utterly failed, so Light tried to pull a fast one, but Matsuda just dumped bullets in his ass. So for Light to escape, Mikami just unalived himself. Nigga committed seppuku, and Light just ran away. But they didn't even bother chasing him. He was done. So Ryuk, watching over the whole thing, was just like, well, I'll give it to you, Light. You was one entertaining motherfucker, but I need my notebook back. And on January 28th, 2010, anime's most deadliest serial killer dies of a heart attack. Man, how everything comes full fucking circle, doesn't it, buddy?
Damn. GG's, like,
time for our final tally.
GG's.
Obviously, keeping kill count in this is literally impossible because there were mad off-screen deaths. And he just wasn't killing criminals, he was killing innocent people too. And also people with just petty crimes. He probably killed your ass if you got a speeding ticket. Cause this motherfucker was just evil. I mean, you know how many families he probably tore apart doing this shit?
A lot.
Shit, I don't like it was one prayer for these families, man. But here's what we'll do. If one of y'all can get an actual reasonable number and people actually agree with you, I'll pin the comment and we'll make that our number.
Oh, we gotta see.
What number gonna be right now? Drum roll, please. A lot. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I ain't lying.
Give my boy a like.
Case closed. And that is another installment of Anime.
Good video as always, CJ.